Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Gnomes and we are continuing in this mount rigging experimentation and research of what would be the ideal solution for this character design adaptation we're doing. This is being quite complicated so far because there are many involved problems. So one of them of course is the rig itself. But we have lots of alternatives for it. But the real problem is the mesh of the lips, the mesh geometry, mesh topology, and how is this supposed to be deformed in rigging, right? Or whatever it happens as we deform it. I would to maintain the stylistic shapes of the lips, and because it is it's not realistic, and it's not it's not plain like 2D stuff, so it needs to have some in-between complexity, and this is where I'm stuck now. But we are researching. We have modeled these lips here. They were larger right before. Let's see, there's mount interior test. No, this is not it. Hold on, let's get some. So here, okay, so they are large as this. We had great caricatural 3D cartoon deforms with this, in my opinion, even it was not completely achieved, the mount rig, and with all stuff that happened. But then despite all that, the shapes of the lips were too maybe not adequate for this particular character design, so I had to discard this and try a different approach. And now we have been assessing again and again styles of lips and styles of rigs, types of rigs, and we have still some tests to make, so not exactly proof of concepts in this case because it's nothing really new, I guess. So what we're gonna get to do here is that these particular lips here, they don't have waves, so I have attempted to do auto waves with that with no much advantage. So I was trying linear blend skinning here, and so what we're going to try now, this was my next attempt and it's listed there, is assess rig for those lips deforms on spline skinning method. So I've already made spline skinning bones actually, so maybe we can, instead of wasting time remaking all these splines, let's reactivate them, and at the same time let's try a let's try a new method that a good opportunity to try a different armature construction. So that will be for me a proof of concept. But then I've seen someone in a tutorial, I think, that used this. I thought it wasn't clear why it was used that way, and now I think I have a use for it. So we're gonna just duplicate this thing here. Of course I've duplicated the armature, so wrong. If we duplicate here, you see the armature appears there, so in the outline, so not that I want. Let me just readjust the panel here so that we can get the jet to be visible. Here we go. So now without wasting much time with employing much time on explanations, we go here and duplicate this. Then I want to immediately move this selection to perhaps a new layer here, and so we are not going to consider the other bones, right? We are just gonna ignore for now whatever there is in the mount rig. So this we can probably hide, and then here are our new copy, and I already was made sure that so new bendy bones splines for new lips. Okay, so this was the armature that we the bones that we for linear blend skinner that didn't work. We even tried to add more. Of course, we didn't go too much into developments here, but one idea that why this didn't work is that the lips that I'm trying to shape, the deform, they, for all the stuff that I need here, I need more regularity on the lips. So in the universal sonic mouth rig, there was some interesting approach to how the simplified stylistic lips of that style sonic stuff in 3D could work. Mesh, right? Mesh lips. And although it's not exactly what I need, I believe, since that was the reason why it deformed well on linear blend skinning on a muzzle shape like the one on this character. So I believe that if I build on top of that strategy, differently from this kind of strategy, I would have the possibility to integrate like very cartoony mouth shapes like the ones on the universal sonic mouth rig and like 2D stuff, and at the same time add volume to the lips, like in a slightly more realistic, maybe cartoonish, 3D cartoonish and anime stuff like that. And so in direction of realism, but very very slightly with. So we want to, even this shape is not actually very good, so it was, I've made this nearly in a rush because it's I still need to learn. I was trying a special way of mesh topology for it, but apparently this doesn't really help then in rigging the lips the way I want for the character's expressions. So probably we're gonna dump these lips, but before we do that, right, just before I do that, I want to test. Wait, where, what is this? Did this came together? What is this? Apparently this moved. Okay, it is here now, but okay, we may reuse this because it already has some system. So let's keep it here. Maybe it will be useful. So folks, let's continue here. This time, as I said, I was going to try something different for those lips. So here these are not deformed bones, so but they hold wave. No, sorry, these are duplicates, so I don't have to care about it, not at all. So you can actually remake them as deformed bones. Just before I forget, with Alt, and then we get also screencast on, and then here what we need to do is, so there are different, I know 3 different ways of doing that. Of course, one is apparently useless for symmetric. When the bendy bones they meet at the center, this is annoying. So one way there's a try to have the spline, one spline having not being symmetrized but being exactly in the center. The problem is that the bendy bone itself, it stretch and squash the mesh on double sides. So it's like, because the mesh has symmetry, it will cause, as we try to expand one, the other side will also expand the other, right? So I'm still not sure exactly all the details, but apparently this is the problem, because it's a mirrored mesh. It's also a symmetrized mesh. In this case, we don't have a symmetry. Like, see the bendy bone here, we have this mesh here, we have this mesh here. This is not symmetric, right? So this is a different case, and so the other solution, the one that I was using here, is that the bendy bones, they don't, yes, each one has its spline, and they don't need to meet the structure of the bone in the middle, but sometimes, yeah, then the problem is that if there share waves in the middle, the stretching can happen here in a strange way. So then I used in exactly in the middle some sort of could be any bone, could even be a bendy bone spline that is vertical. That's actually what I've decided to use. Otherwise can be a deform on bone, the regular bone deforming here, just to take the mesh on the middle, on the clipping region, and then these bones shouldn't have mesh waves in the middle. So this is very strange, but then there's another solution that I was mentioning, which means that instead of making these bones, I cannot do that, so let's change some names here actually. Yeah, so this just temporarily. So the other idea for this would be, now you can delete, it would be to have these bones, yeah, certainly symmetrical, the spline, right, but symmetrical, I mean disposed symmetrically in workspace, but it will not only be it will have an orientation. Hold on, I'm now confused with what I mean. Okay, the first method I mentioned that didn't work was this one. The second method actually is not this that I'm talking about. I did it wrong, sorry. So we have this, what we're gonna do is that we'll have could be a clockwork or counter-clockwork bendy bone sequence. So it starts, for example, from here and it ends here, or the opposite, or it starts here and ends here. So this is what we're gonna try. So this is my proof of concept. I want to see if really this is focused, and then we don't care about wave paint in the middle. So we are going to do that, and we start from here. We, of course, these bendy bone splines, they really are since you have to manipulate them anyways, so let's just pick the very beginning here. I see they are actually going in that direction, so that's okay. We can start from, yes, let's change, let's add something to this and we can delete that. So Control F2, bones, let's rename everything. Let's find replace. Now let's change case. Now set name suffix, let's give it a something like that, and then what it means is that we can totally delete this now. Okay, we could also simplify this. For example, if I no way to symmetrize that. Of course, I want to. They are parented to some tweak bones. This is not a problem, but we can get confused. So what I wanted is to just mirror them along the. I want them to be from the left. This is how to right is how I'm organizing my rig. So I think it is mirror on global X. There we go. So that, except that now the Z axes are pointing down. Let's get out to this, and of course we're gonna reset the roles anyways. Let's do this again, and okay, we keep doing that. No, really. So at least these splines, they are yeah, they're still connected, so this is fine. We got some process here, economic, we got a bit economic. So let's start with this. We need to have this exactly following the mouth, right? So we're gonna box stuff this, same here. So here we'll have, it will be better if you have a side view at this point. So we're going to vertical split this. Let's go to the side view, and let's also use some mirroring here, no, some X-ray actually. So here let's start building it. The position, we pick this, so this will be medium point, so let's bring it here, somewhere like here. Then we do this, we can reset this. Actually, the idea of resetting the z-axis of this bone should be pointing perhaps forward. We want a positive roll, so this means positive rolls. Yeah, it will have to roll a lot, but that's okay. And then this should be it. This is for the top lip, so maybe we need to displace it slightly here. Yeah, somewhere like here. Let's see, reset roll again. Yeah, so let's roll like that. Can be pointing down actually. It's sort of oriented with the face, right? Then we align this with that bone, so we see that the big z-axis of the bendy bone, because it is larger, is aligned with that, so the same alignment. This is good. So same, they start with the same bone roll. Then we can roll here, and this won't change the roll here, but visually it will. So the other, this is all twisted because it's other target, which is, I think this is also need to reset. We are going to use this same, and now we can keep okay, so now we need to place this in the middle. These will be, we need to have some alignment here. We can align with this bone, right? And so we can, because this is in the center, we can use the cursor. So let's use the transform pivot point cursor. So shift, no, SX0. Then now we want to rotate this on its z-axis, and rotate this on rotate, okay, normal, rotate this along its z-axis 90, or actually negative 90, something like that. So we're gonna get the spline. Alright, this is a bit complicated. So what we're gonna do is that, so that instead of having two splines here, there'll be just one. So we're gonna make something fancy here. We're gonna make exacting length for this bone, so it could be 0.2. So now we try to snap it to the grid, and this will be snap grid. This increments, if I can do this, apparently not, it's not helping, but then we can probably scale it. This b-bone scale is not really relevant, that, but we can, why not, we can solve that. Maybe it helps the snapping. So let's try 0.03 and 0.03. There we, no. So what about 0.01? No, nothing of that helps, so let's just keep 0, something like that. The b-bone scale don't really affect this, so it's more about the scaling that we need to snap. I think it can be that, right? It can, so it's snapped in the grid at least, so we can at least have this. So let's get this bone to be reset to rolls. Let's see how it is. What is it doing? Apparently its z-axis is pointing up. Yes, exactly. So we want a positive roll for it. So what you can do is match the, of course not the alignment, but the bone rolls. Let's see if this active bone, let's see if this bone now has some sort of, okay, it rolled negative while this is positive, so positive, sorry. So instead we're gonna roll on the positive until the, okay, I think I lost the bone roll. Reset roll. Let's try from here, might be easy. Okay, we can keep doing it in until the z-axis points downward, something like this. So the bone roll here is okay, they are similar, so that's it. Then we can connect this, of course, now not with this but with this, and yeah, snap on. and we don't want the mesh, so take this off. Then here we see we can start making some knot rotations here. This bendy bone seems to be a bit seems to have a terrible orientation, but this is because if we check some other view, we see that their location is, we see why that happened, right? So what we need to do probably is that we just need to bring this and this to the along global, but since it is a line, it should be able to move GX like that. Yes, then we can resnap this. Let's see how this is. Where is this bone? Okay, maybe too low, so bring this with this here. Okay, now we see the alignment is quite okay, but we cannot roll this way, this bone, because there's only one spline, so it must find its way. The bendy bone here must find its way alone, just relying on the rotations of this bone on its own. In the worst case scenario, we can tweak this thing, but hopefully not required. So apparently it's good, nearly good enough here, and yeah, this is good. Maybe we can move this up slightly. Yes, then take this, make sure the bendy bone is snapping. Yeah, it wasn't, so because I'm not using the proper thing for this case. So okay, so this is good. Now this snaps here. Of course the parenting seems wrong, the bend, no, this is correct. Then for this it's correct. Okay, just illusion, folks. So now tricky part, we are going to have some symmetrization here. Always complicated that part because these bones are not symmetric. I should be able to look at the mesh, mirrored mesh, or not. Will it help or not? You know what, let's get rid of those parentings here, they are annoying. So one way to solve that, if I remember properly, yeah, let's look at the mesh because it will help us understand. We need to mimic these things but without having symmetrized bones. So we'll try to do this. Okay, we can do this with, if we just copy those values here. There's another way, maybe it's easier. So we get, there are different ways to solve this, right? But I think this will be, so get this and set it but negative, then we get this but it's positive, and then this and set it negative. No, apparently this is not really helpful. Of course there are other okay, so what we can do, we'll have to ruin the bones. So let's delete, then let's add a we need to change also everything here because they will be confusing themselves with the bones from which they were duplicated, I think, and we want to simplify that. So we're gonna give them a new names, and so for everyone, like new lips, now bendy bone lips, yeah, something like that. Then it will of course be all wrong, but this we change immediately. We're gonna give these ones the suffix left, and so this is this, we can add some yeah, let's add this manually, whatever that. So this is lips up, we don't need this now. Then this will be new lips up, not point but like that. This will be lips down, left. This will be lips down, left, but yeah, we haven't solved this spline yet, so we are going to delete this. We now lips down, and now just for this one, bendy bone, yeah, new bendy bone, whatever. This is the bendy bone, and this is the bone down. Of course, there will be another, they will get another name. So now we need to do the same for this. Align here, let's push it to somewhere that makes sense for this bone. It will be here. We bring it here. The place, of course, we need to, yes, probably we need to do that again. So let's get first this to the right place. SX0, no, where's the cursor? Okay, SX0, no, GX0, no, so SZ0, no, SX0. So I don't want to collaborate here. Global SX0, there we go. Alright, of course its orientation is wrong, so let's align with this. Something strange happened to this bone. Apparently it's okay, the bone is dead. It cannot okay, so let's do the other way around. So increment, we're gonna get this to match this. Now it's perfect. Let's use the same alignment, but now reset. Let's get also this to reset. This actually roll will be, no, not this one. We need to get this somewhere like here, and then align with the lower bottom lip will be here. This, we see that its z-axis will be pointing, yeah, so let's get a positive rotation. Now this will be too much. Let's use negative this time. It's another sequence, so it doesn't matter. Pointing up, then we get this bendy bone to be aligned with this. Then we snap to, not grid, snap to vertex, and then the vertex is the joint of the bendy bone. There, this one. Of course, it looks very bad here. We need to kinda make some rotation like that. May make, and here also. Okay, we better look this from other direction. Yes, okay, this looks good. Then here, snap. Can already snap here, and here is just a question of moving up. Then let's see from the side. The side seems already okay. We can probably move this slightly like this, and now, yeah, this is working. This is working, folks. So just the alignment. Let's make sure the bendy bone is aligned. This we can also align. Actually, the roll, let's align active bone. So currently the roll, okay, it's pointing, the z-axis is pointing somewhere exactly more like what we want. So this will guarantee, this rolling work will guarantee that in rest position the bendy bones, they don't have some crazy rolls around themselves twisting, right? So they already start good, and they won't crazily create some warping, twisting in poles. So now, are these deformed bones? I'm gonna save here. Yes, deformed bone. What about these ones? Okay, this shouldn't be deformed bones. Great. So now the thing about the left, right? We can probably add set name suffix here. They added left. Okay, so we want to symmetrize this, but we are going to make it different. We got the global thing, and we are going to use instead duplicate, and I don't know, maybe it's the same thing. So we got just mirror x global. I don't know if this will. Okay, of course they have wrong targets, so here is where we need to know the position. Yeah, so they are facing in this direction. We're gonna do everything different here. These bendy bones are also probably wrong, right? They are, so we're gonna flip this, flip this, flip this, and now we need probably to change these targets because they are going in both sequence are going in that direction. So bendy bones, the position is just later. So the position we can probably use this flipping stuff, global coordinates, right? So it's the head which counts, and from the head the bones grow. So here what we need is the okay, for the bendy bones only, there's the bendy bone settings, and there is this, here's the start handle, and this is the end handle, and this is the start handle, and this is the end handle. Now it's difficult without the mirror mesh. Even with the mirror mesh it will be difficult to tell if they are matching correctly. We can immediately see that by the, yeah, so apparently there's some displacement. So way to know this, well, it seems to be right. This looks like perfect symmetry, so maybe that worked, right? If we see here, they are, if you pick this bone, they seem to be exactly matching, right? So this means that, let's see the, oh, I see difference here. This one seems the same though. Well, could be a mesh problem, not the bone problem. I'm uncertain, but if this is irregular, slightly irregular, it doesn't mean that it will actually fail. What we must make sure is that they are not actually symmetric, and they aren't, so we don't risk to, yeah, so there's no risk in, that's parent here, so make the proper parenting for the bendy bones. This is okay, offset parenting, and then here offset parent already. Okay, there we go. So alright, so our system is ready to be tested, and if this model of bendy bones is accurate, actually, of course, we need the, we can paint these bendy bones, right? It will be better. So bone groups, we're gonna paint them in some, why not, some color like, yes, like this, and then the tips we will paint them like handle, and there we go. Now we can get, sorry, we can get wave painting. No, before wave painting, let's just adjust the stretch tool, which seem to be have been lost for some reason. The stretch to bond constraint, so no, nothing new here. Stretch to bond constraint here. Here stretch 2 and stretch 2. Okay, so good splines. They may not be enough to create all the shapes that we want for the lips, but imagine if we are drawing mouth shapes. This is how actually, if this could draw exactly the mouth shape that we want, it will be actually very cool, right? So, and because we have these separate splines, we can do this. And okay, so in theory that is good. Ideally, I've seen 2 splines for each side, on each top and bottom side would be ideal, but we are making a simplified version, so let's see the capability or the lack of capability of these bones to deform these lips that apparently aren't that well developed. So wave painting, we will use here some, remember this is spline skinning while this is linear blend skinning, and we are going to wave. Okay, we need for this mouth, these lips, let's risk until there, right folks? So let's expand this selection, could be until there. Is there any mesh here else? Okay, that's good. Let's try to do this. Then there are just 4 bones here, but this is spline skinning, so this is not, and this is exceptional, except it has, yeah, it's not perfect, it has its own problems. So this we have, let's see how, okay, I see we'll have to be facing some issues regarding the top and bottom, but I intend to be solving this as we go, because we are going to pause, right? And hope that, oh, unclipped mesh, so accidentally did that. Let's get this done. Alright, so what first inside, then outside, because that's the, okay, so that's fixed. Now we continue wave painting that. These won't help at all. There's mesh that will be appearing outside, which is not good. We need to protect this from wave painting, so we just have our hide vertex groups here, which is mouth region. Then we get this. This is good enough. Actually, we don't, muzzle is better. Oh, I think I didn't make the assignment, right? So alright, let's do the assignment for this. So first mouth region, then, no, actually the muzzle goes even more than that. I think it was here. I still remember, no big deal to remember this. Yeah, not including that. And it doesn't include the mouth, so pretty simple. Remember to avoid forgetting something, because these face loops are not that good for selection. Looks like we got everything we want, no lips, so this will be mouth region for assign, select, that's it, we lock, no, okay, mouth region, right? Now we did it wrong. We want this for assigned to muzzle, that is it. It's okay for mouth region, it's just a hide selection thing. You get a bit more than what we need. Strange, do you still require these things for, yeah, this is awkward, right? So let's just get these extras. mouth region could consider. There's the nose bridge, right folks? So the mouth could be have slightly more face loops around. Yeah, I don't know why I need all that anyways, but that's okay. So unlock a sign, maximum weights. Okay, just a selection vertex group, no problem. For hiding mesh, for masking selections and all that. So now we have this, exactly the muzzle that we use for, oh, forgot here, so assign, there we go. Let's do again, select. Now wave paint, we want to wave paint here. So of course this is not this is just this muzzle, no, not important. We need to select a bone, so it started with that, and let's use the mask. Wait, why? This is not the thing that I want. Okay, so of course I wanted to hide, exactly, not select, so confused, sorry. That's select and hide selected. The muzzle doesn't include the mouth. Okay, annoying. So we'll start this first. Now the only thing that we need to do is to get this stuff, and yeah, and even this, and actually if we invert we can hide all that and just work with this. Great, now we can have our selection if we want, but that's it. Let's wave paint, let's go on the, no, we don't need a selection. Oh yes, this is always wave painting, you know. So how, now these lips are very complicated for me to understand, the not habituated. I find them quite, this mesh topology quite annoying to select. I had a lips selection, but it was for older lips. I should be able to remake that at some point. So okay, so this selection would be for hiding. No, sorry, not for hiding. We need the inverse of that to start wave paint, just to start wave painting this bone. So this is like advanced wave painting techniques if you want. Took me a long time to start to realize that, well, actually this is can be useful. Because, well, originally I wasn't dealing with a lot of complicated wave painting, and then suddenly when I started to make facial rig, right, then hold on, there's stuff here that require a lot of precision, and then I start to understand, learn those tools, and yeah, they start to become more and more useful, and I'm nearly addicted to this, at least for facial rigging. But yeah, eventually this the UI could be a bit more user friendly, certainly, but they are powerful, but it's sometimes could be better. So here I see that we need some alright, so I have some difficulty painting there for some reason, so maximum waves here. Yes, apparently the bones get in the way of wave painting. Not sure if that happens. Of course, can. Okay, now this seems to be correct. Then of course I think I don't need all these waves here, so I'm never done this particular approach, so let's see what it offers, what it grants. We see that the lips deform wildly, but not that good enough. Of course, we need to check the other sides too. We need to distribute weights. This is actually interesting, despite the way the lips, but yeah. So it's like it gets. I'm not being able to see very well the shape. No, actually, it's not losing. The bottom lip is actually doing well. It's it's surviving well, this thing. Of course, we need to. So this part here in the corners is the ones that are suffering the most, but the the top also is a slightly problem. No, the middle top seems to be okay. So it's essentially the corners. There's a ripped. No, it's not exactly ripped. Is the yeah. So that mesh geometry is getting a bit. If we it's helpless. Maybe I need to fix that in some way. But for now, maybe I shouldn't have too much waves there. We need to see. Yeah, we can see that in real time, right? So let's see what this does. Yeah, so apparently for spline skinning, at least the way we don't need even the two sides to know that what is happening here. That is not good. So it is not saving this corner. So we are going to maybe a little subdivision here and there could help, but I think the ideal thing would be to actually okay, there's, let's see if this do anything. No. Alright, so waves here don't really help too much. We don't have any extra bones for spline skinning for this case, so I think it's really about the mesh topology here. We need to do something about that mesh topology. The rest seems quite interesting. So we have a problem with the corners, so I'm a bit surprised here with these results of with such simple splines and such simple, not simple, but yes, on these new lips, right? But exactly, we will have to change how this works. So let me just complete here. There's a problem here. Yeah, So I'd like to have these waves equal on the other side, but it's how can I duplicate a wave? I think there's a way. It's just, so for example, it's duplicate group. Alright, and so it has, for some reason, let's take this, okay, I know how to, no, I don't know. I don't know how it will relate to the mirror modifier. This is a bit crazy. So we need to know this bone's name, up lip, okay, 001. So we just give it to up left 001. Then this is here, of course. And maybe this we can't wave paint the mirrored mesh, but we alright, so apparently this method doesn't work with the mirror modifier unless, no, this is problematic, because as soon as I get this bone on the same name, the symmetric name, right? Yeah, we maybe cannot use this method, unfortunately with the mirror modifier, which is sad because, alright, let's do something here a bit crazy. Yeah, this is very radical, just to see how that works. So no mirror, so this means that apply. So now the problem is that, yeah, I don't have the mirror modifier to paint that. I'll have to exclude. I think, no, this will be a terrible idea. I totally need to continue my work. I can keep this as a for further tests, but I have an idea, but no, this will also not work. What if I have alright, so we'll see what will happen. Well, at least we'll have symmetric. No, it won't work also. If I rename this to match here, so intuitively I have not for here and here. Alright, so what that will do is that as we go on wave painting, of course they will be symmetrized, but then these bones will, on edit mode, they cannot be, we cannot touch them. Actually we can, we just cannot touch them with, yeah, so hold on, let's see. Yeah, we cannot touch them with the symmetry. We can touch other bones. Okay, so we found a solution. It was crazy. We need to preserve the original position of these bones without this. Okay, so that means we can have symmetric bones and symmetric wave paint on the mesh, but we cannot touch them with the symmetrized thing. So I was used to always have this on, right? X-axis symmetry on edit mode for the armature object, and then so that's why the bones immediately matched when symmetry automatically, but it was because of that option. And so this made that me thought that the symmetric bones always symmetrize automatically, but it is not the case, as we can see. So I have a asymmetric armature and I must remember to turn this on whenever. So now I have full deforms here, and what we're seeing, of course, these are no lips for the, that happened to the lips here. Okay, something horrible, they apparently disappeared. So what we get from here, still we are having the same problem on the side. We didn't find a solution for that. The deforms around the mouth are not that, so I'd say maybe we need more waves to deform the mouth surroundings, although this can also be done thanks to some tweaks of the Sonic Mouth rig. But we see how the spline skinning acts on this tiny mesh on the lips is not it's not doing very well actually, and you see you have a lot of waves here. There's more things and it's not enough, so yeah, lots of waves and it's not enough. We should try to develop, okay, so and these are cannot wave paint, they are automatic. So we work, you see what's happened there in the middle. So this is a proof that this preserves the thing, but yeah, so this is the thing that I disliked. So this is why there should be a bone in the middle to avoid this kind of thing. Yeah, so this method don't solve. So proof. We can of course reduce the amount of stretching here on the bendy bone and the stretch to bone constraint, but that means ruining the bendy bone, its potential just to solve, and it doesn't really solve, right, unless it was perhaps 0. Yeah, so this is a good proof of concept for me. So this method doesn't help, this way of organizing the bendy bones don't solve the middle part. So the other approach for the lips, although it didn't conclude everything here we could, is that we need something more regular like this for this is easier seen on the Universal Sonic Mouth rig proposition. So what we can do now with this, which I believe it's not very, yes, let's do something here. We can instead parent these bones here to this one now. Let's see if as this move together, if we get anything funny here. We could also have these bones have some sort of, yeah, this method I've used on my own approach, so we could copy this, but now without this one. This instead will have like a, could be outside, yes, so they seem to be, yes, so basically, yeah, the splines get a bit crazy because of the interaction for some. Oh, I've got it wrong, of course. Let's not get these things on. Yeah, I've duplicated from, copied from that, this is why. So okay, so there's another thing here. This means that these bones are already inside the, yeah, even in 0, so this is complicated. So this means that the mouth is already, okay, at least they are shrink wrapping, so there are some things that don't work, of course, here. Yeah, but the worst, this we could fix probably on other approach. The problem really is how the lips, they deform with this stuff, indifferently of all that, right? And for some reason I just cannot get this, well, whether I do it linear blend skinning on this character or bendy bone splines, I just can't get this right. So this is why this is very, very frustrating for me, but I have, of course, I have other cards in the so this having been seen, I'd rather unseen, of course, unsee. What I want to do though is to perhaps change this mesh geometry here. We need to do something about this. It's like nearly like ripping vertices. So first thing might be considering those famous subdivisions, right, folks? Let's see if it helps anyhow. Should help, but I doubt it will be. Yeah, you see the. Then I have seen that the deforms for the sides on other rigs could be considered. Maybe we can do it different. So what if we just blur them like a lot, right? What is the result here? Well, no big change. So we subdivided, we got everything we tried. What about, is it possible that I'm having some wrong shrink wrapping affecting? No, it's not the case. So it's just pure garbage. A quote from an RPG game. No, this is just yeah, that I don't know how to. I can model lips, so maybe it will be a task for shape keys ultimately, right? So I can shape model lips, sculpt them. I probably cannot, but I can model lips with some quality for the style. I can, but I cannot read lips on these methods here for the style I want. There is something very wrong fundamental that I'm missing. I can of course rig lips with the lips profiles that I've came up with, so, and it worked for these characters, this style, but it worked, yeah, the lips were bigger, so it was good for real, and it should work for this character. It will preserve the shapes of the lips. I just had to make them smaller. So I have a solution already, but I want something simplified. So now let's go for I had enough with this. I'm starting to get convinced that my real problem with the lips is my approach to, yeah, of course my character design doesn't help. It's my approach to the shapes, right? I need something more basal, and there is what we're gonna go next. So another critical failure here, but fundamental, so I know that it's not useful. Now let's use maybe there are ways to do it. I'm just missing something. It's like, it sounds impossible, right? It's just purely annoying to solve this, and puzzling as hell. I rather, so remodel ideal low poly lips with universal sonic. Okay, so this is probably a game changer here, folks, because I've checked the results. We're gonna see it right now. So I'm going to discard these lips again. More lips discard. We will preserve the we can dissolve this, right, for now, but we're gonna preserve the rest of the mouth stuff, right? We're gonna make very regular lips, like toy lips. We're gonna use the approach that we saw on Universal Sonic Mouth Rig, and that regularity will help us. I believe there should work, at least to have cartoony stuff for this character. It will, if it work, it should work. So there's no reason for it to fail. The muzzle is really similar. We will see what we can do with that. We'll start with linear blend skinny. We already have the bones, so it's just a question of, so we're gonna separate this. This will call lips old 2. So yeah, so we can say lips old realistic. It's not realistic, but we got the ideas. Lips old 3D tune, yeah, the sexy one. So this actually is old 1, old 2, and this will be new 3. We'll see what we can do with that. So no more of this for now. We are probably gonna delete all that after the end. We'll preserve on the file. So here, this seamed region, yeah, let's keep it. So let's look for the advanced rigging method, and that might be what we are needing to make all this simplify, and then we can build on my plan. If that works, it's to build on top of that more slightly more realistic cartoonistic lip for this character. I think that could work because I know a strategy for the shrink wrapping, which is what I have here. So now let's see. Okay, I have the armature, then I have the body, then I have the mouth interior test, which should actually go here, and then we have here there's melt interior, not all. Okay, so melt interior, just in case you're curious. That's it. We need to change the rest position, not for now. We are going to send these bones elsewhere, so start to accumulate stuff here. These will be moved to that last one. So this is lips old realistic. Actually, this is in the way. Bendy bones, splines, old realistic, whatever. New bendy bones for lips. Okay, we are here. This can go to new lips, but then also, yeah, this is my old system that was working quite well, with the profile curves that preserve the volume, and not this. This is the new one that we tried. The mouth was this place is not like here, but you see where the lips were supposed to be, right? Yeah, so this is a very intricate system. We could work with this already, but I think it's overly complicated. My hope is that we can find a simplified method, and yeah, and there's still the resource of shape keys. So one idea I have, perhaps we could build shape keys on top of the shrinking mouth contour. So it's like building the mesh on top of the deforming mesh. So the lips would be built from another layer. This is similar in the sense that we build the shapes of the lips on top of shrink wrapping. So these splines here are meant to shape the 2D shape of the mouth. Then they shrink wrap like the universal sonic mouth rig. Then these shrink wraps too, but from only the base there. And then they move as a bulk following. Yeah, they are connected. These splines on this dimension is connected with the splines on that other dimension. So they move along. They are parent to a same trick bone, and the way they are shrink wrap, the stuff is shrink wrapping allows the lips to exist in volume without being destroyed by the shrink wrap. Of course, there are other ways to do that, but then I can move the bulk of this thing without deforming lips. But then I still have problems shaping the lips the way I want. Of course, can use this. There are tons of massive work to pose this. Great pose assets. I want plane deformations, just slightly good enough to have good lips. Okay, folks. So let's continue. So another another alternative, right, would be to let's assume I keep this system here. So what I do with that, I just have to make a new rest position for the lips, right, with tinier lips, just as I did there. That would make them work. I still have to solve other problems, but this proof of concept worked. So then the rest will be to yes, but what did not work for me is the shapes of the lips. Yeah, I never satisfied stylistically, but technically it worked, right? Alright, folks, let's look for the thing now that we need. So not looking at this, so this will be the new what we have something here, new lips. Okay, so this is actually old. we can reuse this, folks. Gonna reuse this. These are deformed bones, right? Yes, they are deformed bones, and if they have wave paint, we are going to delete them because these wave paints, no, okay, we took off their waves, so we changed the vertex group. So we're gonna not reuse them because now we're gonna remake lips on a new style. So let me play some music here. So you can't, yeah, now you can listen. Merge Survivors, it was a soundtrack made for Game Jam, not by me, by my brother. He's a music composer. He's composing music for video games. Alright, so here we need to go to the, sorry, I'm confused here right now. Okay, I'm gonna show you the universal mount rig, how they solve the lips mesh. Always I open the file here, I get my Blender on the live stream starting to get a problem. Yeah, so my Blender is crashing. Let's reopen. Sorry folks, okay, we're back. Let's now open again. Now it's open. So what I want to show you is the mount here. This is the very regular shape for the lips, and then immediately you have the mount inside, which maybe we'll try to ignore. We'll maybe just one, yeah, maybe just one we make inside, so this will help making. And then there's two face loops there around that sound. I don't know if this will be the good idea, but yeah, so these are around the mouth, so this could be assumed to be lips or not. So this is problematic, we'll have to solve. But this regularity, this is the thing that I'm very intrigued by this thing, because the result it does on linear blend skinning is like, yeah, that's it. That's crazy shapes. Of course, if we need to see on without the simplify stuff. So take off simplify here, so lot of smoothness, and look at those shapes. So of course the shapes of the lips are like, yeah, very cartoony. It's not exactly, but if I could achieve that, I think I can build on that. And here it is built with yeah, we can do this, but there's not like lips. Yeah, we can, it's good, but it's like not very stylized, but it's pretty cool. And then there's the shape keys, of course, approach of shape keys. I want to do this with armature deform, and I haven't noticed the geometry here, it was that way, so we're gonna see how that deforms. It's sort of preserve the volumes, and the wave paint is pretty simple there, also pretty straightforward. So we think that, however, I don't know if these are more for expressions, or I think something related to lips formation. I haven't really checked all that. Okay, I don't really know all the, yeah, wrinkles tests. Yeah, there's many things that could be. So there are pose assets too. So let's take a look on that. But animation, I'm in pose mode. No, now I am in pose mode. So you have some. Do this affect shape? Are these recalling shape keys? I'm not sure. Okay, so in principle. Okay, so you see there's some cool shapes there. There start to forming some shape there. We can make with this some cool shapes, but yeah, probably shape keys can help way more if you have extra shape keys that build the mesh, like the sculpt the lips. It will be local, right? I hope, because it will build from the point the mesh is, so it doesn't matter, right? Where the armature deform drags the mesh, I think it will be local transforms. For the long time don't use shape keys, so I don't remember it. I think that's it. So there's, yeah, so we see there it's highly simplified, but it is pleasing, and my character design can't work with this. It would be funny, yeah, it could work, but it would not be perfect. But look at the smoothness, look at the shapes, look at that, is just great, and even that I cannot achieve on my character. This is probably where we are going to get to the fundamentals of this. And that is I think this will be the game changer. Never try to make lips like that. Of course, this is need to see this from a rest position. And yeah, pretty smooth with this, but that's it. It was very squarey without this. So let's go back without all the subdividers, division subsurface modifiers. Let's go on the card. Now I'm eager to do this because this could be the game changer. So the idea will be to make the lips, but remake the lips mesh, but now in a very simplified way, right? We got a closed mouth that will stretch quite a lot, and that's it. So where is the okay, so I have the annotation. Let's delete let's leave the annotation like that. So let's start right away. So we don't care about anatomy stuff this time. It's just plain regular lips, just a little attention to the character design, but no real stuff. Okay, what I'm doing here, mouth region, let's select here. Actually, even better, muzzle, do that, and there we go. Can start. Let's use also hide all those things. We are going to try to work faster in this, because according to the timer here, I have 36 minutes. We'll try to do this in 30. Of course, this doesn't mean I'll complete the mouth rig, but in 30. This means that I want to model this and see the final result. So the mesh topology here, we are going to we need to do this from an organized way. So vertical split, let's see. We can assess the character design visually, I think, from the 3D already. So we have this reference, so it shouldn't be too hard to know if we're doing something too wrongly. So if we pick this, yes, let's bring this here. So we put the mouth at this point here. The side is actually we could build a subdivision for the side. This is the side actually, folks. It has changed, so it was like that, and we'll do so. Just readapt. The faces in the Sonic Mouth Universe are very large, also similar to some things that I've seen. They help, not that large actually, just slightly large than other cartoony realistic stuff. So the mesh geometry is really comparable to this in some sense, so I think that will help. Then you see how we are shaping here this stuff. Alright, so the extrusion will be pretty straightforward. We can also be helped if we get some smoothing here. That would be nice. Then here can probably make some, we could use proportional editing too, maybe that will help. So good, very regular mesh here. We won't matter, we'll have a neutral expression if we can. This part maybe we can get it like that. So I don't have all the concepts right to make this good in the first time, so maybe there are things that could be done better that I'm not aware of. So here we probably need to make some start to differentiate. Yeah, I got that wrong. So you see how far this mesh goes. It is not imperative, actually. I believe that the mouth starts closed. But we'll try to do something alike. Here we see that the bottom part is really bad. We can probably redistribute this mesh to get better shapes. This is looking good, I think. Could have slightly more. Yeah, that stylistic part we ignore for now. This is not what will make the rig work or fail, nor some little shape here. But we try to get the best we can on a quick attempt. And so here now I believe we can start building these. Yeah, so now for this should be relatively simple. Okay, so that part, there are more subdivisions there near the mouth, so we're going to do it like that. And let's leave it like that. Actually, this is sort of retruding, as we saw. So you're gonna try to make something alike, slightly similar, with the proper orientation of this character design. You see that the mouth, yes, it's losing its orientation. Let's rework on that. You see that these simple mouth, regular mouth shapes are actually cool to make simply like very analytical expressions. So all that fanciness in shaping the lips like stylistically is actually might be another, yeah, a complicating factor for a widely complicating factor for rigging mouths, especially this kind of mouths we are trying to do. Something that I wasn't considering very well. Now it starts to make sense after so much failures. And as we started to understand why the universal sonic mouth rigs worked on that way. So it was not, I was wrong when I said that it was a linear blend skinning thing in comparison to spline skinning. It's probably not that. It's the mesh geometry, folks. The mesh geometry, the rest position, the ultra hyper simplification and an analytical approach of a good basic, like old school mesh topology, mesh geometry. Is mesh purely, not purely mesh stuff, but it's mesh stuff. So of course here we have some tilting downwards, but it doesn't need to be straight, right? So this just means that if we see the character from yeah, there's some curve here, so what we can do here is just check the mirror modifier and see we can, yeah, this can be helpful. Let's see what we can do from this. We're trying to close the mouth as we get this done. We're not trying to solve the shapes of the lips, so we're gonna try to, as I said, build on it. This is going too much inside, right? So this is wrong. This is not what we are supposed to do. So let's try to change this. This also is not going to close very well in these positionings. It's not matching. So let's do the inverse. Let's bring this forwards. Yeah, actually not alone. We need to bring this all together with this, and maybe this will create a problem in the, yeah, can create a problem in the shapes here, but I can probably solve this with this. So yeah, so this is slightly complicated. Where is this? This can bring this back, so it will match the proper shape of the chin. Yeah, so this part of course is not like the character design, but we'll leave it slightly simplified, sorry, because we want to see the basic result. So here probably we need to also turn this more regular. And this, maybe push this forward. This is an old shape. Alright, so what is happening there inside is some part of the mouth interior which we can probably delete, because we can redo this in a better way. Now this clearly should go. We see that apparently we deleted an important face. Then again, let's get this to the front. Yeah, there's still some bad developments here. This is not like that. This is much smoother ramp. So it's like this starts to get smooth, like, and this needs to get here. So alright, and then from now this looks good. Alright, for the what we're attempting to do, we are going to get this and extrude like this, and now we are going to smooth and gonna make a subdivision here. So here the regular things, so we're gonna change these colors to something like, yeah, lips lips light, and then why not lips dark, the other one. And then we can also try to make another one with star, just to start growing that mouth hole, right? Which we failed miserably. Well, that we made. We were always failing on that, on making that faster other times, and wave painting, it was terror. Now we are going to just get, I think this will work. So no, it's not. Okay, something like that. Scale on Y on the view, that's great. I think this is a new transformation orientation option, and so we can do this. Yeah, we can exaggerate right now. Yes, folks, we are trying to make this. This could be the way to go. This can be the final stage of our research. No, not the final stage. I mean the watershed, finally, of all that research. Because everything else, I think I got it right, or everything else I know how to do. I know advanced mount rigging methods, but I cannot do the basics here. So let's do the basics and look at it. It's just who would thought that this will be the lips of my stylized character, right? It makes no sense, but then rigging sometimes is like alright, folks, so of course there's some shapes here that maybe you can get better. I don't know why some stuff are getting these immediate deforms. Maybe they're, yeah, I think it's some shrink wrapping bones, folks. So let's okay, so the shrink wrapping modifiers are not enabled. The muzzle doesn't do nothing special. If we enable shrink wrap, nothing happens immediately. The ghost mesh object is too close to it anyways. So everything else not important. There are subdivisions. Alright, okay, we could try something here. Let's duplicate that just in case. Yes, we will see this. We can also do the trick of the, yeah, no, I'll not try that. We'll see what we achieve from that. So with the subdivisions already, what we can see here is that even with one, right? This is one, right? One. So even with one, we already see that, oh, this starts to look right. Now, you know what? This already looks good on my character. I mean, it's not that I'm not gonna build on that, but this is exactly the look of the, starts to look like the Sonic stuff, right? I swear I would never imagine that this would be the case. Yeah, it's very cool, very cute, cartoonistic, and it looks like we could achieve any mouth shapes with that, right, folks? Let's try to rig now. So far this is very, very satisfying, because very easy to model. It might be as well very easy to rig. So of course, no, not easy to rig. This is advanced rigging, folks. But if we know the steps, I mean, if you know it's not, it's actually, if you know the crazy tricks that are required to make this work, then this is great. The best solutions are there. I think Einstein said something like that. Yeah. No, it's never mind. That's not the same example. But the best, most of the theories in science out there, in physics, I guess, if a kid cannot understand it when explained, then it is probably trash. Of course, there is humor in this. It just means it's a sort of metaphoric statement, right? It's just like, I believe it's, at least not that I believe, my interpretation is that things that sound like extremely complicated, not often, right? But I think not always, but often they are just that complicated, appear that complicated because no genius had yet came to get it properly described, developed, deconstructed, right? Or maybe someone did that already, or is doing that, or did, but no one, it reached no one. So everyone that sees that, oh, that's hyper complicated, then there are some guy, some girl, don't know, someone that, oh, this, well, then you get with a simple concept, you understand the essence of the thing, right? Okay, folks, so let's go this. It's just that this is very, very daunting. I've been suffering too much from this thing, and now we are nearly about to solve this problem, I hope. So let's get it to work. What I need to do, so I have an armature for that thing, and it is here. And my time, yes, I have gone in 15 minutes already, half time that I was working in the, so I have still 15 minutes to try to rig before pause. Well, I was succeeded at least in modeling, so we can go even slightly more than that. Oh yeah, so then the armature. Okay, so there is the shrink wrapping bones, right? We need to do something about this. I think what's happening is that, alright, I don't need this screen here, so let's make some cleanup here. And okay, so this was the culprit for the what's happening there. Alright, if I, because of course of this, but it's not necessarily wrong. You see how the mouth deforms. So this is nearly universal sonic mouth rig, right, folks? So what's happening there for the deforms is that apparently the mouth, this new mesh is not working properly with the, yeah, then currently the muzzle I have is not deforming, so there's many things going on. I need to revise everything, but it's not this that I want, it's the shapes. I want to see how this will deform with this. If this gets wrong, that gets right with pure linear blend skinning, then we are good to go and integrate everything else and make it finally our perfect. Actually, now there will still be the last stage of the research, which will be to add how to develop the lips on top of that. And I think that there I could use either the lips profile belly bone splines, or maybe shape keys, or maybe something else that will rely on the yeah, on building on top of that, whatever. There are different approaches, I think. So let's yeah, turn this off for now. we need to get some wave painting. So first of all, we get these loops here. That's fine. That's and we get, of course, we can, yes, that'll be easy. We get now, because the mesh is regular, it shouldn't be too complicated to write. Only the beginning is slightly more complicated because we don't have any waves, so we cannot push the mesh with the bone, but now we can. So I remember now that the way this was rigged in the wave painted is that the only part which has got regular more wave paint was, okay, are we with the var, show var? Okay, it's not showing, so there's something wrong about this option. No, it's show var, but nothing is showing. So alright, this is another list. Yeah, well, we can use this. So this is the, according to what I remember, it was very simple. So you have like those three things here, and the rest is like not, yeah, it could be something like that. So this smooths out, and this creates volume for the stuff right inside. So we can use her too, and that part should be more regular. So perhaps we get like this, can get like this thing, but not that much. We can get this, I don't know now, because we have more bones to on the sides. So apparently this could work. Then we have that part here already is the lips actually, right? So this is already, yeah, so that part is, can have some stronger waves, folks, but not too much, just like very different from the red there. So talk about regularity here, it is the great spot. And here you can play with these waves here. I believe this is not, but this is the most important part. Then second bone, we can, same thing, except that we should not confuse the, yeah, it's very easy to, with the way I set the vision here is bad. For wave painting this, I'm mostly certain there will be a better way to organize this thing. This is kinda risky the way I'm doing, not even masking properly with the selections. I should do something clever here. I think I'm wasting time also doing this in this way. So let's see how this deforms. Okay, we have, of course, maybe we need more waves, right, for some. Okay, here we know that we need to blur this. No, I'm not, this is not blurring. Yeah, I need to add waves, but maybe not that much. Let's see this. So why this is not carrying this higher? Maybe there are shared influence which is on these areas here, which is actually not helping. We can have shared waves here. I'm not sure actually. Yeah, we forgot this. Yeah, more waves there. Perhaps slightly less here, but more waves here. And if we go back to this, the bone here, what you can see from here is, looks like no, this is for, okay, maybe we can have something more here. Now this is probably, okay, so it's not, yeah, shared waves I think are not helping here, or too less influence here also. Let's see, maybe more waves here in the, okay, see, starting to work, but there's something about my mesh. Should be shared waves, folks. It's just they don't have energy to push right. Yeah, there are some crazy shared waves there. I see them. So this is why this bone should not have too much waves in the surrounding of the mouth. So it is meant for other things. So now, but this didn't seem to do anything very special. Yes, this area inside, maybe it's okay. It's not what will... No, we just to make sure we take out this. We'll assess this later. We don't have more. That this will have a ring in the inner part. So, okay, the mouth is deforming with interesting shapes, but the waves are probably being shared in very strange waves. I see, of course. There's the bendy bone splines there, which are still very strong waves there. Maybe we should do something about that immediately. So we have here, yeah, this actually, it's this. So if we see the wave painting of this, it is very strong in the profile, and this means that it is not very good, right, for this. Actually, this yeah, I see, these bones didn't have waves in the lips. They just had now because of the rebuilding of the mesh. So some waves there should be good, but not onto the lips, into the lips. And maybe we should, yeah, let's do this. As we expand here, we'll take off all the waves from those things, so they could have until here. Let's consider this already some lips region. So let's so I remade the selection. I'm gonna invert, right, and then we're gonna shift K all that. So then we can of course shift K on 0, and then we're gonna reblur from the opposite side, but then only after we get rid of this. I see now it's fixed. So this was the I just forgot of these waves. Now there could be others. Could be others, yes. So okay, this is because it's symmetric. We need to oh, okay, I know what this is, just that the head bone doesn't it have waves here? I think not, but could be the case. For a long time we don't check, just in case. Okay, then anything else? No, the arcades shouldn't have it. They are separated stuff. Then the tweak don't have waves. Masters don't have waves. But just to certify, these we already took care of. So these bones are kind of making similar work as this one that is in the middle, right? But this, if this helps, shared wave, why not? Maybe we keep them. Maybe it's bad, maybe it's we can easily check this. We just have to uncheck the forms there. Okay, then there's the mechanism here. You see, now no waves here. And for these bones, these are all disabled, I guess. So, but the bones are still, the lips bone are still having to move a lot. So something might still be influencing. Let's just check a little more here. So not from this. This shouldn't have any waves. No, this is the one of my deformed bones, right? So that I was wave painting. So new lips. Mechanism, okay, already checked. Of course, we must consider that now if the lip has okay, don't have, yeah, it should be pushing at least to, no, actually it's not that simple. Yeah, it starts to find resistance as it starts to touch the other mesh, so it makes sense that it's not that strong, but then we need to make sure these are truly all non-deformed bones. So otherwise, okay, this goes for this. We can make this faster. And this will be non-deformed bones, exactly. And I think there is nothing else. These are alright. We forgot this, but maybe this didn't have anything else. New lips, no. So that's it. Well, now, yes, that's it. So now we have strong waves. Now you see the difference. Okay, so now it's bulging there because find resistance, right, on the other, and that's regular. Here, okay, no deform, but here you see, aha! So now we're starting to make good stuff happen. Yeah, the potential is here. So why does this work so well? It's just I just can't think of a good explanation. Good regular geometry, good deformations. Just like that, just very precise deformation. So this is like exactly the shapes of the cartoony shapes that, and then the rest is, yeah, it's building up the lips for me, right? And of course all the other intricacies of the evolved. So this is a big success, folks. We haven't achieved the full scale of our stylistic adaptation, but it's clear that this is a game changer now. I'm just gonna finish this wave painting, and then we are going to pause. So as far as I've seen in the rig, that universal sonic mount rig, the lips in the middle, they don't, in the corners I mean, they are okay. So let's do something simple, right? We have a simple geometry here, we just have to play smart. One thing that I was so why would we be suffering? So here, this we are the edges, right? Sometimes hard to visualize. Just so here, apparently the sides don't need to be highly powerful for this bone. Here we see we find some difficulty. Oh, I forgot the. Okay, we can even do this better, folks. We just need this. We pick the bone selection, then Shift K. Yes, okay, we can accept this is happening because we probably have removed the bone a lot. And we need to, yeah, wave paint something else about related to it. So the other parts of the lip also want wave paint. Let's just blur this thing outside. Actually, let's do Control E. This will be better. If we pick, for example, let's pick. Okay, it's protected, but we can still get the waves from it. So let's just get this to the sides here. We will have a lot of possibilities now to explore this how to wave paint the side lips, right? So for now, let's try this. So now we get, yeah, there's some problems there. Let's just blur this. Yeah, then we pick this one, we go back here, let's use these loops, and we don't need, this can be made visually, right folks? We get here, we get this, and no waves here, but that's fine. We just better to see with the, well, this is good too. So there, maximum, and here maybe start to get some here maybe this was an exaggeration, so, and here we can probably get this, and then finally the middle one. Then the importance to give this the maximum waves, then the rest can be slightly blurry. There's a question of how much we can blend waves. Then of course there's the interior part which we haven't figured out exactly for many of the bones, so it will be like, no, it will be this, then we get this. This can only be wave painted with vertex select, so start with the lower bone. This we don't want too much influence here, so just blurring should be enough. Good blurring on it. Then second, on the bottom, we can continue, yeah, that should be good. Then blur this, there we go. Nice. Next, side bone here. No. Here we can blur that thing. Yeah, blur it outside, no big deal. I'm doing it wrong actually. No protection here. That should be like that. Here, yeah, that sounds okay. This one, so trying to respect this threshold here, although we see there's some black area there that was forgotten. Here we can, yeah, this might be better, I don't know. Okay, more blurring here, and here already, this is already the middle, so it's okay. And the last bone can blur a lot this, and there it stops there, right? That's it. So apparently we are already able to make some wavy, even some wavy, yes, though it's not the ideal. Of course this is not this is cool, but this is not what we, this, it's this that we care about. I forgot to deform the, yeah, there's still now the opposite, right? So this will be easy to select, right? We get this and start to do this. Then we make maybe a little one more, and then we do invert selection. I'll think there is probably protected, well, not so, but I don't expect to be going beyond some face loops here, so this should be safe. Yeah, this should be safe, so you can, yeah, I don't need to make all these unselections, but that's like that, just to be sure. There we go, this should be good enough. Then with this we start to wave paint outside. What is this? I saw something that had some wrong, weird rogue way there. What is that? Vertex group, def flip up. no, depth flip, up and so it's not the name of this bone. No, it is, but maybe it's wrong waves. I don't know. What is this? Yeah, anyways, what happened to my selection here? I don't know. Here, let's remake it. So, we pick... Oh, I see, this was a multi-selection. This is why. So here we can consider... Yeah, if we blur here, we get more waves from... to expand, so... this can be nice here, not sure actually. Yeah, let's at least get this. Yeah, alright, so and maybe try to push a little more, I don't know. Yeah, this is not very easy to do. Alright, so it's not deforming enough, but it's good, right? It's not bad. And now here, okay, for now this is good. Then here we can also yeah, we can get some parts here, why not? I'm tempted to expand, so I just don't know what is a good. Let's try that, right? Around this area might be it's intense, but then we can blur. Let's try this. So this will be a pattern. Then same for, okay, now for the bottom. Now here. This will have a lot of influence here, alright. Now the side bone, which don't have a lot of influence there in the corner, but so I don't know about, we can at least try to expand it here more than the others. Maybe this is good. And now we can, yeah, get it some blurring to affect everything. We'll find out if these blend waves are any good here. Usually they tend to be, unless special case. I will need to know if this is a special case. So here, yes, this can work. Okay, don't know that part. Let's try to make this more regular. So here, yeah, can try to make this why not do this? Then for this, maybe, yeah, you can attempt this to that side here. Sounds good. This, yes, why not? Let's see how the lips deform. Yeah, sound should be good. Then this one, we forgot to make the So this could go until here. And I think that's it for, oh, let's see this one. Yeah, so we can play with this right now. We can probably get this thing more close. It have more influence, generic influence also here should be good. So yeah, it's already doing a lot of things. And of course, if we move, okay, then of course there are shrink wrapping to be done. So shrink wrapping is not ready, but what we want is this. Yes. The side corner, yes, is still problematic, but with shrink wrapping might be a little better. We have some trouble, yeah, still with the corners a little. Again, as said, this could become better with, yeah, maybe here's the wave that we did that, so there. So also we can consider that perhaps okay, so you see that the corners is really difficult for me apparently. Whatever I try, it's bad. It always causes more trouble than perhaps it should. There's some good interesting formations there. I think I need to investigate more of side lips wave painting, but it's doing much better than usually, so it's not like the end of the world. I think the whole idea perhaps is that maybe we could make another subdivision, I don't know, but let's try to do some, not for this, but for this. Maybe too much blended waves there. What is this value here? Why I cannot select? Okay, so we can try to make this more regular, I don't know. Yeah, then we probably need on the sides especially more strain. This is not very reliable right now, so let's try to get some pattern here, right? And here we can also, right, maybe, oh, this is an interesting way to wave paint, right? Good when you have a more regular mesh, of course, like this one. Good mesh stuff here. So here we can have, no, not maximum waves, yes, something like that. Then we can try to, yeah, we see we get better results now. So yeah, wave painting the corners, but still complicated to shape certain expressions. Yeah, every probably we're getting too much waves here, so yeah, my conception of this is probably wrong. Maybe we need to, no, I see. Is maybe it's the blended waves in the interior, right? So we cannot, get too much there for any bone. They cannot be sharing. This will, so it will neutralize the deforms of this bone. If so, for example, this seems to be getting too much influence there in the corner. That's not helping the corners to be really powerful. If I think that would make sense. And same here, this bone also I think had some, no, well, all right, this, let's do this. Well, let's try some, take off some waves here. Let's see what it does. The problem is always difficult to see exactly where's the real, yeah, even here I don't see the mesh, the patterns of the mesh that like seams and that. It's very confusing, it can be very confusing. So here I'm gonna do the opposite. We're gonna take waves from this side bone on the bottom, also probably affecting very badly but then it's nearly got nothing for its own. Now this is the corner, what am I doing? Okay, I've just destroyed the corners, but now we're gonna have to get them back. What about this? Yes, maybe this is good. Yeah, I can get some expression, but at which cost, right? It's not very simple. It's not too bad too, but we can do better certainly. So, oh, I see where we got wrong. So this is probably just too much waves here, and also here we can just get this. And also by inverting, probably I can do something about this. No, maybe this is not a good idea. No. We probably need strong waves here. Strong waves, whatever. Yeah, but then there are shared influence here. I see. So these corners really, we need more. We need. It's not just reinforcing it. It needs to take off waves from this, and also if there's anything here that yeah, I messed up some stuff here. Also, let's consider this, and here at this point these waves are just perhaps an exaggeration. So okay, now it's better. So the shared waves on the corners were a bit, now it's, yeah, still have to fight off this thing, but yeah, this will require more investigation, but we have references. Overall it seems to be cool. These are the, yeah, this is like the expressions of the sonic melt rig, lots of them. So, and this suits more our character. Then we have this slightly protruding lips. We have plenty of ideas that we can develop for that, right? So, but we can't fix the basics yet. So these lips corners is really maybe here's also a question of deforms here. Yeah, so let's try this. Don't we have yeah, we need the selection something, right? Like here, probably this and this little more maybe. We'll look how the character will, yeah, need to look how, no, this is wrong. Okay, what's happened to, okay, invert, there we go. Now all the bones are selected, this is going wrong. Shift K here, I guess. No, this is just some basic waves at very border, that's fine. So we want to take off here because that part apparently was being compromised. Alright, so it's now the corners are still very difficult, even taking off waves from it didn't help. Maybe it's the muzzle, therefore the muzzle stuff has, I mean this, they are too much. Yeah, I see it there, I see it there. So we don't need to have this bendy bone pulling that, it will interfere largely with the with these shapes here. So we need to, yeah, this is all something we need to investigate better. But if it doesn't have strong waves here, we probably will be losing some okay, just get something clean, and that sounds good. These shared waves here just too strong, right? So that bone circular around the mouth is doing more or less what this bone is doing, these bones are doing here, except that this is hard to wave paint the way I've done here. There's this symmetric stuff, but we can get through. Yeah, it will be something like that. It's always annoying to wave paint that. It's a mirror painting in the mirrored side. Here, of course, we will consider how to push these waves just enough, but not alright. So now we kind of concluded our experimentation regarding, okay, now this doesn't shape the profile, this is a problem. Yeah, this is a big mess, we should, but if it deforms the profile, we lose the mouth possibility to move up. So this is a bit complicated. Maybe those bones, they should have some movement together. Okay, so now it's getting a bit more large deformed. It's still not as much as we'd like this. Of course, at some point it's a combination, right? Combination of things like that. So yes. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, no, no, no! Come on, come back! Come back! It's the meme. Speedrun cookie or donut challenge. Yes! Yes, folks! we got it. So one another great approach of the universal sonic mount rig is that solution for the lips, very regular lips, and they work, very geometrical lips, right? And they do whatever we want. I never expected that. Now we can check how this character would look in this kind of half achieved positions, right? Probably not good enough, but certainly not, but at least we... Wait, why? What is happening to... Something very wrong has happened. It looks like I have destroyed deleted the mesh of my character. Alright, this is no... It's not the end of the world. I thought first that I had done in the muzzle, but it's not the case. Isn't there anything? Could be a modifier, but no modifier will hide the mesh in only a mask using here, but no, there's... So yes folks, we just deleted our we deleted our mesh object. No, not the mesh, the rest of the mesh, although we completed this wave paint. So what we're gonna do, we have backup files, so that's a lot. Like, let's save this, and there's some... Okay, we're gonna retrieve sections, right? For example, we'll subdivide, just 2 hours ago. Well, or maybe we re-import the mesh here. We take back... Yeah, we don't take the old waves. We just bring the mesh will bring the armature and plenty of stuff. Yeah, so we join the rest, the body here, because this one has everything data. I'm not sure if to... Yeah, we'll have to investigate. But anyways, I have parts of... Because I don't want to redo this, right? So let's get the... Do I have some UV unwrap, and this will be the reason why these strange colors are happening here? Okay folks, I'm gonna fix this I'm gonna make those fixes, and then I'll be back. But our mission is completed, folks. We were able to get some degree of expressions without lips deforming, although we don't really have lips here. But from this we will build our stuff, the rest of the mountain. Although I would like to test now this mesh geometry and topology with spline skinning. Maybe it's even better than what we have here, even for the corners. So this will be a thing to do next. I think tomorrow, because this was too much already, and we have to fix all that. So that is incredible. So I feel like I've accomplished big step. Yeah, this is a breakthrough for we are I'm certain now that this should be the right approach for the kind of expressions I'd like to do. Unfortunately, we've lost the mesh, so we cannot test cannot visualize this immediately with all the cool things that it would provide to us to observe all the. Alright folks, thanks for watching, take care, happy blending, and see you next time.